This is an ABP Life podcast.
Hi guys, welcome to Bollywood Binge and Beyond on ABP Live podcasts. And today I have the icon of Gen Z with me on my podcast today. As you can see, Shrishti Garg. You must have seen her reels doing rounds on Instagram. I mean, if not, तो फिर आप कैसे Instagram scroller हो यार? मेरे को तो समझ नहीं आता. Because that is how I discovered her and I've been following her for quite some time. I'm sure a lot of you out there must be too. So मुझे ज्यादा इंट्रोडक्शन देने की जरूरत तो है नहीं. Gen Z I can pretty much is suffice. So how are you, Shrishti? Welcome to ABP Live podcasts.
Thank you so much. That was such a sweet introduction. Like the first thing that comes out is I'm gonna tell my mom, "Ye suno, ye hoti hai validation." So thank you so much. It feels great. I feel important actually.
That is nice. You should feel important. You are one of the growing and one of the biggest content creators on Instagram at the moment.
Oh my God,
200K is
girls.
a big number.
Stop. No, you're so sweet. But thank you so much. I think content is something which I've always wanted, like ever since YouTube came when I was in college. I think I was a very stupid teenager. And my YouTube videos देख के सोचती थी मैं भी YouTube बनाऊंगी एक दिन मेरा भी like channel होगा. But all of this seemed very far fetched back then. Like I would constantly think कि I can't face for it. I don't have the humor for it. But जिसकी किस्मत में जो लिखा होता है वो मिल ही जाता है आखिर.
That is very true. That is very true. So how did, like, you were saying that you didn't feel that you had the humor for it, and look at you. You do all sorts of things on your reels now. So how did that happen? Like, how did that
You hang
change,
out
or
with
how
my
did that
family and
transformation
all now.
happen?
Yeah. No, so honestly, if you hang out with my family, they'll tell you I still don't have the humor for it.
I
They'll
wouldn't
बोलती
agree.
रहती है,
I'm
हमें तो
sorry.
नहीं समझ आता. So whenever I put like one of my Gen Z videos ना, मेरी मम्मा comments देख के समझती है कि मैंने
बात हो
मैं
क्या
क्या
रही
बोल
है?
रही हूँ. Otherwise she'll go on Google and she'll search the meaning of those Gen Z slangs. But I really feel like as I used to get bullied a lot in school, and I wouldn't have a lot of friends. So I think being alone and being that one awkward, weird kid, funny over time. So now I'm just projecting everything that I consumed in these last few years.
But like, if I may ask, like, bullying, like, that must have really affected your mental health at that time. I mean, as a kid, it's really hard to take.
Yeah. I think back then the concept of mental health wasn't even like it wasn't
No,
talked
no,
about. लोगों को
it
seriously
wasn't
समझ ही
at
नहीं
all.
आता था ये सब. The only solution was sad हो रहे हो तो सो जाओगा. So that's how, I mean, luckily when I was 20, I started therapy. So I think I started therapy at a very early age.
Yes.
So going back now, but I think it's great that at least I am born in this era where therapy is normalized, where mental health is actually a conversation today. So I'm full to have my therapist in my life.
No, that is great. And being 20 years old and going to therapy, that is a huge step for your own self, and also sets an example, I would say. Like, talking about it is enough for probably motivating someone out there who needs it and needs to take that extra step.
Right. Of course, yeah.
So talking about content, like, once you started growing, it's a journey. I mean, a lot of content creators whom I have talked to, they have said this constant thing that the earlier milestones are sort of more exciting, like the first 1,000, the first 10K, the first 100K. But then after 100K, the 200K or the 20K after 10K doesn't excite you that much. Is that true, or is it just a myth?
I think we as content creators, we get very greedy after one point where we are like 100K तक बहुत खुशी होती है, फिर 200K पे लगता है हाँ, I mean अब हो ही जाएगा, ये भी हो ही जाएगा. But I'll tell you when it actually hits us, like lately लाइफ में कुछ गड़बड़ चल रही है, व्यूज नहीं आ रहे, फॉलोअर्स नहीं बढ़ रहे. So like how life content also goes through waves like this. कभी एकदम पीक आता है, फिर कभी लो. वही बात है कि सचिन भी कभी कभी 0 पे आउट हो जाता है. So I think ऐसा content
We
में
just
waves
saw
वगैरह
Virat
आता
Kohli
रहता है.
taking getting out of the slump.
Exactly. and now he's come back with such a strong, like, look at Shah Rukh, he came back with Pathan with such a strong bang. So I feel like
Right.
now I'm going through that period where things are in my favor, but you know that's a part of life. Earlier when I hit 200k, मैंने बिल्कुल भी खुशी नहीं हुई, मुझे लगा हाँ ठीक है 200k हो गया, ये भी नहीं हो रहा है। इतने टाइम से फॉलोअर्स जब अटक गए ना, तो लग रहा है यार शिट, ये छोटी छोटी चीजें कितनी बड़ी होती हैं। टेक अ विन, you know, like appreciate your wins more frequently, because when you won't have those wins, you'll really miss this time.
Right.
So I'm like 1000 followers away from hitting 250k, and when I do that, I'll actually be so happy.
So does it take a toll on your mental health? Does it increase the pressure जब जैसे views कम होते हैं, और you know that the छोटे छोटे
Yeah.
things that you just said कि इतना number नहीं बढ़ रहा या followers कम हो गए एक दिन, तो does it take a toll on your mental health?
Yeah.
How do
I
you
think
deal with it?
Instagram today is very, you know, fickle. Like it's, आपको नहीं पता कि आप 15 मिनट के लिए रेलेवेंट हो या नहीं। मे बी 10 मिनट बाद
Right.
कोई और नया इन्फ्लुएंसर आ जाएगा who will take away the crowd, and I feel like it is based out of numbers. No matter हम कितना भी बोल लें कि don't base your worth out of numbers, at the end of the day we get money, we get work,
Right.
we get recognition only and if we don't get them, then it's actually pretty sad. In fact, I've been talking about this with my family, with my friends, with my therapist, and people have just told me is be patient. You know, this is how it works. This is life. You, like, you know, like an ECG machine. It's a very random example, but you see the ECG down, up, down, and that's when you know something is alive. But when
True.
it goes straight like this, when you constantly keep getting the highs, then there's no fun. I think life का मजा
Right.
छोटे छोटे thrills में ही होता है, और ये
True.
thrill तभी मिलता है, you know, you only feel the high once you go through the low. So I'm
True.
just thinking of it like that. And this, one of my closest friends told me, so I really want to become an actor, and I keep auditioning. Whenever I get कोई भी opportunity, I just audition. So obviously role नहीं आया, तो I keep getting rejected a lot. And
Right.
I don't know why, but it just happens. So my friend told me this really one thing. Think about it. जो भी तेरे को भी, या जो भी तेरे को अपना content में difficulties आ रही है, numbers नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं, all of this is just going in your autobiography. One day you will write an
Wow.
autobiography, और ये सब उसका, you know, think of it like that. Your book is getting thicker. So I'm like,
That's quite a thought. That's quite a thought.
Yeah. So
A very
like
good way to
that's my
sort of
take on
put
career
things in
and
perspective.
content. Yeah, and it humbles you down a lot.
It does.
Like, you
It
know,
does.
कभी-कभी तो मैं चढ़ जाती हूँ कि मैं फीमेल शाहरुख खान हूँ यार, मेरे से बेटर कोई है नहीं। But I
अरे
think
क्या
लाइफ
बात है,
में थोड़ा लो
perfect
जाना
motivation.
पड़ता है अपने लेवल पे आने के लिए।
True. So you want to become an actor. You must have some role model, some acting role model in your head, some favorite actor or actress that you would like to share about, or some favorite movie जिसका main character you want to become.
Right. Favorite actor of anyone, because I feel like when you look up to somebody, you try to become like that, you try to act
Right.
like that, and the world does not need another Kareena Kapoor. That is enough. The world does not need another Shah Rukh Khan, because एक Shah Rukh Khan काफी है. So I don't want to become like some other actor. I think I just want to become a Srishti Garg.
True. That is
But
true.
yeah, I feel like I'll bring my own flavor to this world of acting and creators and everything else. And I do have a favorite. I actually have so many favorite movies, but मेरी one-time favorite is Viva. I can watch it any day. Like, yeah, Viva is something to watch every Sunday back in home. And you know, घर के दाल चावल, मम्मा, चटनी, पापड़, Viva. That was my typical Sunday.
Perfect Sunday vibes.
So perfect. And I think वो मूवी देखते देखते मैं भी एक दिन अरेंज मैरिज कर लूंगी।
ये हो जाएगा सबके साथ। I mean, अगर like early 2000s का Bollywood is unmatchable, I would say.
Unmatched, yeah. शाहिद कपूर जैसा क्यूट लड़का मिलेगा, मेरे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
I mean, we have to agree, Meera Kapoor got so lucky. So talking about your big move to Mumbai, you know, that is adulting pro max, I would say, moving out of home. So how has that experience been? How has Mumbai been treating you?
It's a lot. I'm happy, I'm confused, I am sad, but I'm also overjoyed. It's like, I think एक बाल्टी में किसी ने बहुत दे दिया है मेरे को, and it's very overwhelming, you know. I thought living alone, living in a big city would be scary and intimidating, overwhelming. जब मैं सिर्फ सड़क पे भी बाहर निकलती हूँ ना, रैंडम पीपल विल कम एंड टेल मी, अरे आपका कान का इयरिंग निकल रहा है, आप उसको ठीक कर लो, या
Oh, that's so
ऑटो वाले भैया
sweet.
मेरे को भेलपुरी का बेस्ट लोकेशन तक लेकर जाएंगे.
Mm-hmm.
और यू नो समटाइम्स व्हेन आई एम कमिंग बैक फ्रॉम माय जिम, आई विल टेल देम कि मेरे को मन्नत देखने जाना है, मेरे को सी देखने जाना है, तो through it and they'll show me Mannat from the best spot and all. So the
Wow.
city is overwhelming. The city is
Hmm.
very crowded and too much. But people of Bombay make Bombay worth living here. And the people
Hmm.
are so sweet, you know. They make you feel like you're at home. Because Mumbai में 90% लोग बाहर काम करने आए होते हैं.
True.
And you miss home. You miss that
Hmm.
familiarity. But the people here make sure that, you know, you find a second home in this city. think it some days have been really sad. मैं तो एकदम पूरा रात को बैठ के सिर्फ रोई हूँ, कुछ ऐसे भी दिन हुए हैं मेरे साथ.
Hmm.
But I think it's a balance. I found my way people, and every day is a process. I would say I'm
True.
learning, and I'm learning to be alone with myself.
Hmm. So, as Taylor Swift would say, we are happy, free, confused, and lonely at the same time. That's how it is.
Yeah. Swifty, high five.
High five. So, in moments like you just said that there have been nights when you just cried. So, what is that one thing that gets you solace, or you know, that what is the me time recipe that sort of brings you back into your own?
My me time. There are a couple of things. Recording videos, shooting videos,
Hmm.
dancing. I love dancing, even though मैं अच्छा डांस नहीं करती हूँ, but मैं कभी भी शाहरुख खान के पुराने गाने लगा के in my room and I'm back in my zone. And
Hmm.
I play ukulele, so sometimes like, and honestly, talking to my mom, nothing can make me feel better. You know, that one pillar in my life, like I know
Hmm.
whatever is going around in my life, I know my mom will fix it. And that feeling just of being around somebody who's got your back is just surreal.
It is, I'm sure. And do you miss that? Because she is not there with you all the time like she used to be at home. So, how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
Missing your parents,
I'm
not,
sure
not
she
having them
misses
around.
me, her, like, yeah, we do miss each other a lot, but I think I was reading this in this book called The Prophet.
Hmm.
I'm getting a lot into philosophy lately. So that book says that detachment is basically the ultimate truth of life. And as parents, your role is to just bring your child into the world, let them discover themselves. So I feel like she's accepting that. I am accepting that. Ki, you know, to become my own person, I need to stay away from. I know my home. I know my home. That's my comfort zone. But this Srishti who lives in Bombay, जो जिसको अभी केले का धनिए का सबका प्राइस पर क्रॉस कर लेती है अकेले.
Right,
I
right.
need to know that Srishti now. So I think whatever I'm doing here in Mumbai, living alone, it's for this new version of me that I'm still
Hmm.
discovering.
That's a very good way to put it, because being in an Indian household, a Desi household, no matter how independent you want to get, you will always be some way or the other pampered by your parents. You know, you don't get to understand
Yeah.
bills, you don't get to understand sabji ka bhav and stuff like that. जो कि खुद,
Yeah.
I think रहने पे ही you sort of get the
Yeah.
understanding of that stuff.
And it's not even the adult. You went back home और मैं अपने कमरे में घुसी और सिर्फ 2-3 महीने हुए मुझे घर छोड़े हुए. But मैं जैसी कमरे में घुसी, I did not recognize a single thing. I was like another version of me that I don't recognize anymore, because the things that I do now, the things that I have in my current room are completely different from how I used to be.
Right.
You know, like energies, we keep changing, evolving and moving. So बस जिंदगी में रुकना नहीं चाहिए, आगे बढ़ते रहना चाहिए.
True that. एंड आगे बढ़ते बढ़ते क्या पता कहीं कोई बहुत अच्छा इंसिडेंट भी हो जाए, लाइक इट हैपेंड रिसेंटली फॉर यू
अभय
got
देओल
to meet
meeting.
Abhay Deol. Oh my God, that was so amazing. How
Yeah.
did it feel?
यार, I had a crush. 17 साल की थी, and weirdly people know Abhay Deol from the movies like Devdi, Aisha, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. My obsession with Abhay Deol started from a movie, honestly सुना भी नहीं है. It's called Nanu Ki Janu. It came in
Okay.
2018, I think, and Yeah, see, you haven't heard the news. See, people didn't like it because it didn't work, but I loved it. It was a stupid movie, and I saw Abitur and I was like, "मैं शादी." But of course, he's like my dad's age, so he was always sort of, like a crush. Like he's so cute, he's so hot and all. And I would under his pictures. मैं हमेशा फोटो लाइक करती थी, मैं उसके लिए एडिट्स बनाती थी, and he would recognize me. और मेरे को लोग आके बोलते थे कि नहीं, उसका सोशल मीडिया मैनेजर है, वो खुद नहीं देखता। मुझे पता है प्यार की ताकत क्या होती है, ठीक है, वो खुद ही देखता है, ये उसका सोशल मीडिया मैनेजर नहीं करता। So that kept on happening, and sometimes, like last year, he commented on one of my Gen Z videos, like Gen Z celebrating Karwa Chauth. He said ha 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 and heart emoji, and I was
You
like,
must
"आपके
have
दो
lost
तरफ हो
it.
चुकी है."
I
I
can't even
went
imagine.
crazy. I was like, shit. And he would reply to my comments. So वो चलता रहता। 25 announced me. I was happy because I knew, like, hey, I'll be going to Bangalore. And then under 25 announced Abhay Deol. I was like, shit, Abhay, same stage, can't be happening.
This
So
is fate.
जैसे
I
मैं
am
under
telling you,
25
this
गई,
is fate.
this is, yeah, man. I have a tattoo. It says means your destiny. It's written in your destiny and it will happen. So when I went to the
Perfect.
under 25 thing, when I went to the under 25 thing, guys, you have to make me meet him. And सबको पता है, लोग जो भी मेरे को 2-3 साल से फॉलो करते हैं, सबको पता है कि पागल हूँ मैं एकदम। तो सब we'll do it. So like this was the stage where Abhay Deol was sitting, and यहाँ पे पूरा audience था, और audience के आगे मैं थी अकेली, barricade के आगे me. So somebody announced that, Abhay, do you want to go and take a picture with your fans? And he was coming and he saw me, and I was like, oh shit. I am that creepy girl from your comment section who keeps commenting. And he's like, yes, I know you. और उस दिन तो
Wow.
मेरे को लगा कि भाई छोड़ो कंटेंट, छोड़ो, मैंने सब अचीव कर लिया है, Abhay Deol knows me. And I think मेरे साथ वो ओम शांति ओम वाला मोमेंट हो गया. And honestly, it's not even about having cry and meeting them. It was a bigger moment for me because I used to like him since I was 17. And like I said, I was bullied and self-confidence, self-esteem. So for 17-year-old Srishti to be on the same stage as Abhay Deol, give a talk, meet him, hug him, meet him as the speaker, that was life changing. And the fact that जिस चीज को आप बचपन से इतना शिद्दत से चाहते थे, वो actually आज हो रहा है.
कायनात
It was
ने
a
सच में मिला दिया.
reminder, keep believing in your dreams. Yeah, like it was a reminder that तुम जो भी सोचते हो ना, चाहे impossible भी है, वो हो जाएगा. I read this really. It said that जिंदगी में आपको जो भी मांगना चाहिए, मतलब मांगो, खुल के मांगो, but ask God for you need to know that it will happen no matter what. You can't keep your mindset in a limited state. So yeah, I think I asked for that ever since I was and then I asked Abhay Deol out. I'm like, if you ever want to go on a date, I'm here. Just say.
Shooting your shot just
So,
at,
that's me.
the perfect moment. मौके पे चौका.
Exactly. I'm like, आगे पता नहीं मिले या न मिले, क्या पता कल हो ना हो, तो पिंक के लिए इतनी लाइफ नहीं है मेरे पास अब. Yeah.
That is quite an incident. I mean, I can't even imagine how it would have been. And that too, in a moment like this where you have like hordes of fans of you in front of you. So how was that feeling going for the Under 25 summit? वो कैसी feeling थी to speak about you, your content, and have hordes of fans listening to you while you speak?
Weirdly, so I was supposed to give the talk with other 2-3 people, but like, do you want to do it alone? I said, yeah, I can do it alone, because मैं सोच रही थी ये मेरे लिए important नहीं है, मैं Abhay Deol से मिल रही हूँ, वो important है. So whatever I said came directly from my heart. Like I didn't filter it, I didn't write anything before it. Like it directly came from my heart, and weirdly people loved it so much. And he asked me to dance on Jhume Jo Pathaan. तो मैं तो फुल जोन में झूमे, जो पठान मेरी जान, मैं ऐसे फुल डांस कर रही थी उधर. एंड so many were hooting, cheering for me. And जैसे मैं टॉक दे के नीचे उतरी, people behind the barricade were like, Srishti, please one picture, please let's have a picture and all. and so nice. Like even though some people were telling me, please, you need to go back to the room and all because बहुत crowded हो रहा है, and I was like, no, listen, these people were here for me इतनी धूप में.
Right,
It's
right.
like a बचपन का सपना कि लोग आपको देख के बोले, सृष्टि, can we have a picture with you? And I don't come from a nepo family. I don't come from some influential family. A very normal middle class family. तो
Right.
जब middle class वालों के सपने पूरे होने लगते हैं ना, तो लगता है कि कुछ करा है अभी लाइफ में.
करा है,
So when that
exactly.
I have to take picture with every single person here, चाहे मेरे को ही क्या टैनिंग वैनिंग ना हो जाए, आज सबके साथ पिक्चर लेके जाऊंगी. But it felt great, you know. I think it's reminded me of the influence that I have
can
on some
totally
people.
understand. And जैसे you said that जब middle class लोगों के सपने पूरे होने लगते हैं, because I come from a similar background and like
Yeah,
like you, I'm also a part of the media industry, and I know that it takes
yeah,
time to grow. I know that it takes a lot of effort. So a similar thing happened to me. Like last
yeah.
year, I was after almost 2 years of working, I was invited for a press conference by Netflix, and that was my moment when I was like, okay, now this is
Wow.
something that I have
Yeah.
done, so I can totally relate to
Wow.
where you're coming from. And talking about the under
That's
20,
so cool.
thank you so much. Talking about the under 25 summit, you said a line in your speech that सबको पू बनने का बहुत I think मन होता है. Everyone wants to be the poo of their life, something of that sort, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, in your life, are you a Pooh or are you a Parvati?
आई थिंक मैं दोनों हूँ. जब मेरे को अपने दोस्तों के मम्मी पापा से मिलना होता है तब मैं फुल कुर्ता वुर्ता सूट पहनकर मैं पार्वती बन जाती हूँ. बट व्हेन
Right.
इट कम्स टू मीटिंग बॉयज एंड बीइंग अ बैडी, देन आई एम लाइक
Full Pooh.
full. So I think it's a mixture of both.
Perfect. Okay, so talking about your content,
Yeah.
you create a lot of content around, in fact, a very recent reel of yours was 14-year-olds in a relationship.
Yeah.
So, wink, wink, is that coming out of experience?
Oh no. Guys would never like me when I was in school. I'll tell you a very funny incident that happened. बचपन में ना, तो मैं 9th क्लास में थी तब फेसबुक बहुत ऐसा हिप थिंग हुआ करता था.
Right.
सो ऐसे ना वो ट्यूनिंग एप्स होते थे जिसमें आप अपने आप आईलाइनर लगा लो, आप अपनी नाक पतली कर लो, वो एडिटिंग एप्स होते थे और मैं वो बहुत यूज करती थी क्योंकि मैं बहुत फट्टू थी. मेरे अंदर बहुत सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस इशू था. नॉट लाइक लुकिंग एट माई सेल्फ इन द मिरर बिकॉज आई वुड ऑलवेज थिंक मैं तो बहुत अगली हूँ. तो मैं अपनी फोटोज को ऐसा वो फोटोशॉप करती थी थ्रू दैट ऐप एंड आई वुड पोस्ट देम. A guy who was from my school only. He was a senior. And he said, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. कल हम कैंटीन में मिले क्या?" मैंने कहा हाँ ठीक है. मैं तो बहुत एवरेज दिखता था, कोई ऐसा हीरो टाइप तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं दिखता था वो. तो मैं अपनी बेस्ट फ्रेंड के साथ गई कैंटीन और वो लड़का मेरी बेस्ट फ्रेंड को जानता के नीचे खड़े हैं. वो लड़का मेरी बेस्ट फ्रेंड को बोलता है, हाँ यार मैं लड़की से मिलने वाला था एक, वो मेरे को कैंटीन में मिलने वाली थी इधर. और मैं बगल में मेरी दोस्त कहती ये थी वो लड़की. और वो लड़का मेरे को देख के कहता, ओ शिट तू है वो, तू तो एकदम डिफरेंट लगती है, तू तो वैसी लगती नहीं है. यार ये तो बहुत बेइज्जती हो गई है मेरी. अब तो कुछ करना पड़ेगा इसके बारे में. सो दैट्स, आई मीन आई प्रैक्टिकली नेवर डेटेड, but this best friend of mine, she was really like, she's still very pretty and she would always get, you know, roses, chocolates और क्या क्या लेकर आ जाते थे, रैंडम बैंड्स, टेडी बेयर्स. तो उसके हिस्से की चॉकलेट हम लोग बैठ के खा रहे होते थे, ऐसा सीन होता था. सो आई वाज बेसिकली द डम अगली. I was the duff. There was a word for it. She's the duff of our group and all. So I was that person in
Okay.
school. Yes, that is where the trauma comes from. Yeah. My friends, like they were always in a relationship. और मैं सिर्फ उनके messages पढ़ती रहती थी. वाओ ऐसा भी होता है. Oh my God, लड़के ऐसा भी करते हैं. मेरा कंटेंट मेरे दोस्तों के रिलेशनशिप से निकलता है.
So कॉलेज में फाइनली डेटिंग का एक्सपीरियंस लिया कि नहीं लिया?
No, I didn't date anyone in my college. I dated somebody outside my college. But बहुत ही खराब, ऐसा ही टाइम पास हवा में. अब ना अरेंज मैरिज करनी है मेरे को, बहुत हो गया ये सब, अब दिल लगाऊंगी तो शादी के बाद लगाऊंगी।
नाइस लर्निंग फ्रॉम द होल थिंग। आई थिंक जो हम लोग ये आजकल लेफ्ट राइट स्वाइपिंग एंड ऑनलाइन डेटिंग जो चल रही है, उससे
या
मोस्ट ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स जिन्होंने करी है वो ये कहते हैं भाई अरेंज मैरिज ही ठीक है, हमसे ना हो पाएगा।
यार सिचुएशनशिप में आके मेरा दिमाग खराब हो गया। इनफैक्ट माय थेरेपिस्ट टेल्स मी दिस थिंग, मेरे को बोलती है सृष्टि तुम पहला तो दिमाग अपना बॉलीवुड से बाहर निकालने की जरूरत है कि लाइफ में किसी को बॉलीवुड वाला प्यार नहीं मिलता, ये
नहीं
सब बकवास
मिलता।
है। मैंने कहा नहीं,
बॉलीवुड
मैं
हैज
बिलीव
ruined us
करूंगी कि
that way, I
शाहरुख को
would
पता है कि
say.
मेरी लाइफ में कोई एक ऐसा रोमांटिक सा लड़का आएगा और पीछे से वायलेंस बजेंगे और वो मेरे डोर पर आएगा और मैं साड़ी पहन के उससे मिलूंगी। विल हैपन इन माय हेड, आई एम स्टिल इन दैट बॉलीवुड जोन कि ऐसा होगा। और वो सब नहीं मिलता बम्बल टिंडर पे, सब पे नहीं है वो भला प्यार।
नहीं होता, सही बात है बिल्कुल। So since you mentioned the word situationship, I have been a follower of yours और मैंने बहुत सारी Gen Z slangs आपके कंटेंट से सीखी है. You are the queen of Gen Z slangs. So now
या
I am going to put a spotlight on you and we'll play a game. I am going to give you a
ओके,
couple of Gen Z slangs and you have to tell us the meanings for that.
यस लेट्स डू दिस, होपफुली आई
Okay.
डोंट बिकम अ डिसअपॉइंटमेंट टू ऑल जेन जी।
No, you won't, I'm sure. So the first one is sus. What is the meaning of sus?
sus is a short form for suspicious, you know, like when somebody ये थोड़ा dicey है, like that.
Hmm. Okay. Drip.
When something is really crazy and you're like, bro, I'm tripping on this, like बहुत मजा आ रहा है, this is so
Hmm.
crazy, this is so wild, it's like that.
Okay. Yeah, this one is correct. Simp.
Simp is जो मैं अभय देओल पे करती हूँ, full आशिकी.
Okay. Perfect way to explain it actually. Full ashiki. Stan.
Stan is when you worship somebody, you know, like I stand movies, they are like my religion, like that.
Okay. Salty.
Salty, when somebody is acting very nasty, you know, like why is her behavior so salty like that?
Hmm.
But you have to be salty sometimes because the world is cruel.
True that. Not everybody, deserves our own sugary self, I would say. So be a
Oh
little
my god,
salty.
yes. Yes.
Bougie.
Bougie. Bougie is very like fancy and you know, like I'm so dramatic, I'm so posh, like bougie.
Okay. Cap.
No cap. No cap is like, bro, like I'm not lying, no cap.
Okay, so unfiltered self, basically. Kind of.
Yeah, like, yeah, that.
Pretty good, I would say, on the Gen Z scale of how well do you know your slangs. Well done. You knew all of them. Okay, so
Yes, enough.
let's end this beautiful conversation on a musical note since we've seen a couple of reels in which you sing very beautifully. So if you could sing any song that you like for us.
Okay. जरा कभी मेरी नजर से खुद को देख भी, है चांद में भी दाग कहीं ना तुझ में कभी, जो भी है सब मेरा तेरे हवाले कर दिया, का हर रोआ तेरे हवाले कर दिया। और
That is beautiful. And no, you shouldn't have any doubts. You sing well. It was really nice. Seriously, not kidding at all.
so much, thank you.
It was such a great experience talking to you, Shrishti, and it felt so fun and candid. So thank you for making it that. Thank you so much.
Same, Niharika. I had such a great time meeting a fellow Swiftie. I think that's the best level of, like the kind of person. But yeah, I had a
Right.
great time talking to you. And I just hope I didn't ruin anyone's idea of this song by singing it.
No, you didn't. Believe me, you didn't. I'm very sure that everyone is going to like this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on Bollywood Binge and Beyond. We loved to have you on ABP Live podcasts.
Same here. Same here. Thank you so much.